Okay, we have head coach Brad Brownell.
Great team win. Really proud of my players for the way we competed and played this week. This was a really good bounce back week for us after a poor game at Duke. Played incredibly well in the first half, minus a few turnovers, but just played with good offensive confidence, had some balls go in. Our defense was outstanding. And then I thought for the most part in the second half, we played pretty well. Having leads like that are not easy to always deal with. And our guys just kind of kept them at bay. We never let them really get on any kind of run. And again, minus a few turnovers, I thought we just had a lot of guys play well. And this was a real team win. It was kind of like the wins earlier in the year where we had everybody contribute, guys off the bench, play well early. Jonathan Bear's baskets, he had a lot of energy and looked great this morning and shoot around, so we thought he would have a good day. And Al came in, made a couple shots, which was nice. John Newman had 5 assists, really gave us some good defense. PJ made a couple great plays in the lane, and Omax was good as well. He's really improving, and he's been a guy who's finishing more plays around the rim. And so just an outstanding win. Clyde was great today. Aamir was great today. The seniors played extremely well, and just really proud of the way our guys competed and practiced and played all week. I thought we had great rhythm and great competitive spirit this week. Questions?
Coach Trevor Groves from CUTigers.com. You said after the UNC win that you felt like just having better offense, making some shots early, really helped your defense on the other end. I guess it couldn't have started better for you from that respect today with Nick Honor making his first three-pointers.
Yeah, I think it helps. It just, gives your team a little bit of juice, confidence. I think it energizes guys and gives a little pop. Plus, obviously, when you're scoring, they're taking the ball out of bounds. You're not dealing with transition. So, yeah, there's no question the quality play and shot making early helped us. Again, it helped us a little bit against Carolina as well.
Coach, how impressed were you with the defensive effort that you guys showed, particularly in the first half?
Oh, unbelievable. They're hard to guard. They got a lot of guys that can shoot and score. They space you out and go one-on-one at all 5 positions. We really did a lot of individual defensive drills this week and challenged our guys that your individual defense has to be great. And they're going to make some shots, and you can't let that bother you. They're going to make some tough plays. They're going to make some tough shots. And they spread you out. They do a couple nice things to really help their players, and then their players are good. They can score it. And, we kept them out of rhythm in the first half, and, they probably missed a couple that they normally make. And then I thought we battled on the glass reasonably well. We got to the offensive glass in the game, and just a really good defensive performance against a quality opponent.
Coach Joe Gorcho, WIS-TV in Columbia. Not many teams come out like yours against a Syracuse zone and feel so comfortable early on in terms of the way to attack it and move it. What would you attribute that to, just your success seemingly all game long, finding a lot of comfort against their zone defense?
I don't know. We had to work at it. But when you make some shots, it helps. We made 10 threes today. So, shot making overcomes a lot of ills. And it makes coaches probably look even better than they really are, to be honest with you. You can run bad offense and a guy makes a big shot and everybody in the crowd thinks it was great. And you can run really good offense and guys get open shots and miss them, and people are upset with you. But shot making is really important. And I think making some shots early, it also stretches the zone a little bit and makes them, open up a little bit. And then it loosens things up for your other guys. The other guys play with more confidence. They're not as hesitant. And I think, that's what happens when you're struggling. Guys who are even pretty good shooters sometimes get a little hesitant. They lose a little confidence. And now it just feels like, it's just really hard to make. And, so we got into a good rhythm. I thought we got the ball to some difficult, some good places, and then guys stepped up, and made some shots, and that always helps. Sure.
Brad, this is Larry. You mentioned getting the ball to some good places. It seemed like early on also y'all had some success in the high post, sort of both making some shots and also distributing from there. Were you impressed with that element?
Yeah, that's obviously one of the things you're trying to do when you play Syracuse is get it to the high post. We don't have anybody that's probably like a Tevin Mack was made for that. He had 32 against him last year, and he was incredible. Some of the shots he made, 12-foot shots, and then driving shots, layups against pressure. He was quick and could shoot a little bit, had a quick trigger, and felt comfortable in traffic. It takes a special guy to kind of really be good in there. And so we try to use a bunch of different guys in different ways. And I thought our guys were pretty effective. We had some guys make some high post jumpers, drove it a couple times, passed it out of there a couple times. Certainly that was one aspect of the zone offense that we were trying to utilize.
Coach, what can you say about Aamir Simms, not just joining the 1,000-point club, but being in an even more exclusive club with just Booker and Horace Grant and Larry Nance?
Yeah, he's a great player, great person, hard worker, really happy that he's being rewarded for all his hard work. I've said many times this year that he's worked extremely hard these last 2 years to improve his game, to develop different types of skills, to continue to get comfortable doing different things that he hasn't maybe done throughout his life. And you're just happy when players, who put in the time, can get the rewards. And, it takes a special talent to do all the things he can do. He had 6 assists, one turnover last game. Today he gets a double-double. He's one of those guys that can do a lot of different things. His versatility, he and Clyde's versatility and their IQ are really high and will be sorely missed when they're gone. There are just a lot of things that those two guys do on the basketball court instinctively that make your team better. And make plays for others, make plays for themselves, where you're getting them the ball in a good situation, and then they got to make a play or make a decision. And more times than not, those guys make the right decision. And I think that's sometimes is overlooked. Clyde was outstanding today. He was 11 assists, a lot of different ways, another big rebounding game, good job defensively. Just those two guys are, they played at a high level this week.
Coach, you mentioned Omax earlier. He seems like a freshman that has never lacked for confidence. Is his basketball IQ kind of catching up with that confidence? And how valuable will it be just to have another option in the front court?
Well, I would say that he is a very confident player, and he's another young man that works his tail off. He's in the gym as much as anybody on our team. He wants to be good. He's driven that way. His feel needs continue to work. He's got to continue to develop the feel for the game on both ends. And there's still some mistakes that he makes that, we got to coach him better to make him understand those things. But man, his physicality, his courage, his strength, he's quick. He can do a lot of different things in terms of, driving the ball. He can make some shots. He's becoming a better defensive player. He's learning how to defend different places, different positions. I think he has a very bright future. And he's got a very live body, and he's very aggressive by nature. And he embraces physicality. And, those aren't traits that a lot of young players always have. And he has some of those that really, really come from some of his confidence.
Any more questions for Coach?
Coach, you won 2 in a row now for the first time in a while, but 6 days off before your next game at home against Georgia Tech. Is that a good thing or a bad thing with the momentum you've got back now?
It's okay. It's different than like a COVID break. The COVID breaks are different. Your guys aren't doing anything. And, you're sitting in rooms like by yourself. It's hard, folks. Like, this is a hard year for a lot of reasons. There's no outlet for these kids. It's like basketball, school, your room. I mean, they don't. And so when it's just your room, then, it's hard. And it's just your morale, the morale of your team. Like it goes up and down, and the morale of kids, and some of it's based on their play. Some of it could be on other things. The part of taking a break that's good for some of our heavy minute guys is, they need a couple of days to just kind of relax. Like one thing that really helped today is I think we played North Carolina on Tuesday and we had Wednesday off. It was our first off day in like 10 or 11 days. And it was like our guys were we just needed a break. We just needed to get away and let the kids decompress and physically recharge. And then, you get 2 good days of practice and you're ready to go again. And so that, we'll take a day here and we'll probably do something light on Monday, and we might take another day and then get right back at it. But the guys, it's much different than COVID where you're, maybe you're in your room for 4 days, and you can't really do anything. And it's a much different break than a COVID break. So I think it can be fine. You are playing well, so you hope to build on that. And this was a really big week and a terrific, really 3 out of our last 4 games, we played really well. 3 out of the last 4, we've fought and beat some really good teams. So I'm really proud of these guys. Anybody else?
I was just gonna ask along those same lines. Just this week for you guys, getting these 2 wins, and now you get a little break. But just how big was it to get these 2 wins and get you guys feeling good as you get ready to come down the stretch here to end the season?
Yeah, I mean, all these games are important. We know we're fighting to do the things we want to do. We got to win some of these games. Every season you're going to have a stretch that's tough, and you're not going to play well sometimes, and so you got to continue to battle. But hopefully, getting a little bit of our confidence back, some guys seeing some balls go in the basket to rejuvenate them a little bit. Those kinds of things, when kids play better, their spirit to come to practice is better. Then their attention to detail is better. And then they want to listen to coaching better. And then their camaraderie is better. It all kind of fits, and that's why when a kid isn't in a good place mentally, you get a couple guys not in a good place mentally, it's just hard for your team. And, I've said this way back when we were playing well, more times than not for us, we're going to have to play 8 or 9 guys, maybe 10 guys even. And most of them have to play well for us to win. We just don't have enough guys that can just go out there and do it, where we can play 6 or 7 guys and 3 of them play well and we're going to win the game. Like today was a day where we had probably 8 guys, 9 guys play well. And that's kind of what makes our team different. If we can find 8 guys to play well in a game, maybe some teams can't do that. Don't even try, but that's when we become a different level team. And it's hard to do that. It's hard to have 7 or 8 guys play well. And, by playing well, I'm not talking double figures. I'm just doing your job and contributing with what you can do. And I think that's hopefully the byproduct of winning a couple games, having our mentality be really good in practice, practicing well as a group, and then coming out and doing what you practice on game day. And I think you saw that this week. Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, Coach, congrats.
Hey.